Hi, and welcome back to Ladies Q's channel. I am QB, Lady Q, if you will, and I want to talk about going through their cell phones. So, I've never been a big advocate of that because I don't get paid to be a detective, right? That is not the profession that I decided to go into. So, I am not going to just go through my man's cell phone. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons. First reason is because you know what they say, you keep looking for something, you're gonna find it, right? And I believe anything done in the dark will come to the light, but I don't have to go looking for it, okay? And two is because it is an issue of trust, right? So in order for me to be with you and make a commitment to you, I have to have a certain level of trust for you. And I don't feel that I need to go through your cell phone um, for me to trust you. If you are doing something in that cell phone, it's going to come out. So I'm not going to waste my time looking through your cell phone. And I don't feel anyone should have to look through mine. Now, um, I don't have a problem with it if that's what you want to do, but it's going to leave me with some questions like, do you trust me? Because if you trust me, it'd be no need for you to go through my cell phone. You'll trust who I am and the person that you're with. Um, I don't really, I'm not big on lying. So I don't, because again, me lying, I don't remember half of the stuff. So I'm definitely not going to remember a lie I told you. So it's no need for me to lie to you because I'm not going to remember. So you're going to catch me eventually. But I don't feel like it is a need to go through a cell phone because it's like, why? Right? I have a lot more to do with my time than to sit and wondering who you're talking to or what you're doing on your cell phone. Um, so I don't feel like that is something that people should do. That should not be your first thing. You know, this age of technology is causing to me is just caused more problems. I remember the days when there was no cell phones. There was pagers. And yes, I am telling my age and I have no problems with it. Okay. There was no cell phone. There was pagers. They had pagers and you had to go to a payphone. Now I know some of you millennials and Generation Z, I think that's what it is, probably don't remember or even heard of a payphone. But yes, you used to have to pay to make a phone call. So I remember those days. I mean, we had house phones, of course, you know, the push dial phones and the rotary phones. And you had the call ID with the big boxes. Do y'all remember that? I know I'm going way back, but it doesn't seem that far back for me. But I remember those days when, you know, that's all phones was for. We really didn't have computers like that. When I was a kid, in my teenage year, that's when computers start coming out, and it was expensive as hell, right? And you had the AOL. Do you remember the AOL when you had to dee, 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 to get a connection? And that's when you had MySpace, I think that's what it was called. And that was like social media at the time. But now with social media being so big and we use our cell phones for everything, like we don't even have house phones anymore. Everybody has cell phones. I remember when I thought cell phones were just for cars, right? I felt like if you're on a bus, what you need a cell phone for. But now cell phones are everywhere, right? And you could do so much on your cell phones, right? I remember when only thing you could do was call someone on your phone. And then you know the texting, what you had to do the numbers and oh yeah, those were the good old days. But now now we have cell phones and you can do everything on your phone. And don't get me wrong, I think the technology can be good if it's used in the right way. It's very handy in the case of emergency. And yes, if you need to get somewhere quickly, you know, you got the directions and everything. But I feel like we are using cell phones as a weapon. It's like, okay, well, what is he doing in his cell phone? Let me see what he's doing. Let me, he's in the shower, so I'm gonna go through his cell phone and see who he's talking to. Anything that's done in the dark will come to the light. I do not have to go looking for it. Trust me, I don't have the time to do so. If I'm going to be with you, I'm going to be with you because I trust you and I feel that you trust me and I feel that you're being honest with me and you will not disrespect me by talking to someone else. Now, I know some guys out there, they are as many women as they can, right? But ladies, we need to be a little bit more careful on who we're choosing to bring into our lives if that is the case. That means we need to do a little bit more background checks and a little bit more listening and just being honest because before I go through your cell phone, if I feel that there's some infidelity, then I'm going to ask you, are you seeing someone? And guess what? I'm going to trust what you tell me, right? Because again, what you do will come out, right? But I'm not going to go looking for it. I just don't have the time to do it. I would rather spend that time, building a life with you, building a foundation with you. I just don't feel that that is something that we have to do. We gotta go sneaky in the shower and we're looking through his phone to see who he's talking to, or we're looking through his phone to see what apps he's on. Um, and guys, I mean, if you have to do that, just walk away. If I feel like I have to cheat, or if I feel like I have to be sneaky, I'm gonna just walk away. I am not that sneaky kind of girl. Okay. I don't have I listen. I just don't have the time to be wondering who you're talking to. Again, as women, we are overthinkers. We don't need nothing to add to the overthinking that we're already overthinking about. Okay. So we don't need to be worried about who he's talking to or who he's texting or what is he doing or he's over there on his phone. Who is he talking to? We don't need that, because it's breaking down the trust. If you have to do all that, you don't trust them. You don't need to be there. Get out, okay? Because someone is going to get hurt. Cheating. I already know how I feel about that. I've said cheating in another video about why cheat. Being a, being single and being as single as long as I have been, and again, I say single because I've had relationships that really wasn't relationships. What I mean by that, it wasn't where I felt secured. I didn't feel protected. I didn't feel provided for. Actually, I felt like I was doing the providing. So that was not it was not a very healthy relationship. Um but when you find someone, right, that is taking care of your heart, taking care of your mind, and taking care of your body, I'm going to hold on to that, right? Now, holding on to that is not just, oh, I'm not going to let him see anybody else. No, I'm going to hold on to that, which means I'm going to be the best version of me I can be for him, right? And I'm hoping he's going to be the best version of him he can be for me. Working together, right? To make this work, right? I'm going to hold on to him by being there for him, right? I'm going to be that ear when he needs to vent. I'm going to be that comforter that he needs. Um, I'm going to be that lady that he needs, right? Because honestly, ladies, let's be real. Don't no man want no woman who done been with the whole block, right? So we have to be, careful on who we lay down with, right? We shouldn't be laying down with everybody because, you know, it's. Would you want a man that's been with every woman that you see? No, you wouldn't want that because it's like everybody have already had what you're trying to get. So don't do that for them. Don't just be laying down with everybody. You can't share the goods with everybody. And you shouldn't be presenting it out there for everybody either. That's why I say put some clothes on. Okay? I don't understand why we naked. I mean, and being presentable and being ladies, right? And being a lady is not accusing him. Can you imagine coming home from work? And when you come home from work, this man has 99 questions. Where you been? Who you been with? Who you talking to? Where you going? It's like, what? You can't even go to the bathroom. Where you going to? You going to the bathroom? How long you gonna be in there? Oh my goodness, right? So why would you do that to a man? Why would you? Where you going? Who you talking to? Let me see your cell phone, right? Honestly, I think that is a level of trust that and a level of privacy that we need to give to our mates, because again, trust is such a big word, right? But so is love. It's such a big word, and it carries a heavy load. When you trust someone, you trust them with everything you have, right? You trust that they're going to do what's best for you, and you're going to do what's best for him, right? And me searching your cell phone is not showing you that I trust you, or me asking you who you're talking to, and me sneaking to see who. I'm not sneaking to do anything. I'm too grown for that. I'm too grown to be trying to sneak around and see, I'm trying to dip in the corner to see who you talk to, or dip in the corner to unlock your phone. And no, no. I want him to know that I do trust you, right? Now, unfortunately, everybody don't think the same way. So yeah, there is some selfish people out there that will try to get as much as they can for you. And yes, they're doing what they're doing on the side. But again, stay with me. Everything that's done in the dark will come to the light. So it's not something that you should be concerning yourself with. You should concern yourself with, who is this man, right? Because that's why I said the first date shouldn't be him spending all this money on you to go sit at a fancy restaurant. No, I think the first date should be you guys talking and getting to know each other, asking each other questions, just talking about your life and life experiences, and seeing if you're compatible. Because you having dinner with somebody, I mean, it's hard to really have a conversation in a noisy restaurant and everybody's talking. I think it's more romantic that way, right? If it's just you and him and y'all first date, and you're really getting to know each other, because again, you should know who you want to spend your time with. Because we all know it's not like we have a lot of time, right? You never know when God calls you home, and you want to live every day to the best of your ability. So why would I make it a mission to go to look through his phone? I don't have time. I don't have time for that. If I have to look through your phone and go through your things and stuff like that and play detective, I don't want to be with you. I don't, because I don't trust you. So if I don't trust you that far, you think I'm gonna trust you in my home? You think I'm gonna trust you in my heart? I'm not gonna trust you with my heart. I'm sure not gonna let you in my heart, right? So I might as well just let that go and let it be what it's gonna be, right? But if I trust you and I completely trust you, then yeah, and I know that you're saying, well, you shouldn't really trust anyone. I think that is so sad. How do you think marriages are built? Right? How do you think successful longevity marriages are built? It is built on trust, honesty, respect, and communication. Of course, loyalty and all these things, but the loyalty comes under trust, right? I trust you enough that I'm going to be loyal to you. And respect. That's what loyalty also falls under. Because if I'm going to be with you, I'm going to be with you, right? Me trying to split myself and be with this man and be with that man. Why? Oh my goodness. Ladies, I need you to really think about that, right? Really think about who you're spending your time with and who you're giving yourself to, okay? Because understand that we are women, right? And men, they enter us, right? And they leave their seed with us. They leave their DNA in us. You don't want multiple DNAs floating around your body, right? And another thing we need to think about before we lay down is children. Because again, if you don't know, let me tell you, if you lay down with someone, it's possible for you to get pregnant. I know. I'm going to say it because maybe people don't know, but if you lay down with someone, it's possible for you to get pregnant. Is this man able to take care of a child? Do this man have the experience and the knowledge to raise a child? Is this man going to be committed to me and this child, right? And if those answers are yes, then go forward, right? But go in there with trust. Don't start off with suspicions. Don't start off with, oh, who he talking to? Let me go see who he, you know, why are you trying to build a relationship based on fear? It's not going to work because you won't be able to be apart, right? And absence make the heart grows fonder, right? So you won't be, and we got to go to work, right? And we got to go to the store. We're not going to be together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That man got to go to work, right? So, you at work, he at work, and you're thinking about what he doing at work and you're not doing your work, something is going to happen, right? So why bother with that, right? That's why I said the first date, it is a very important date, right? For you to get to know the person that you're dating to see if you want to move forward. Not to see how much money he has or what kind of car he drives, or you want to see, yes, financials are very important. I totally agree. It is very important. But it doesn't really matter because you can find a man who has billions of dollars and he's an abuser. He's a cheater. Why? Why do you want to, you're not getting to know him, so you don't know his background, and you're not listening to what he's saying. So he's giving you clues and you're not listening. Only thing you're paying attention is to the fact that he's driving a pretty car. He got a Tesla, he got a whatever. So that's the only thing you're concerned about, right? But if both of y'all get stuck, he get a flat tire on the highway, both of y'all sitting in the car waiting for another man who is capable of changing that flat tire. I mean, if that's what you're looking for, go ahead, right? But I think you should build a relationship not based on finances alone. If the man is working and he's going out there making an honest living, hey, I think that is pretty good. If he got his own place and he has a car, and or he's driving and he is able to take care of himself and he's willing to invite you into his space, get to know him. Don't just judge him, you know? And then also think about this. I know we say what we want, you want this A, B, C, D, and E. But what are you bringing to the table? What are you providing for them? What can you give to this man? Okay, other than sex. What else? Because that'll bring them in, but it ain't gonna keep them. I promise you, it's not. Because a lot of women out here, right? And there's a lot of women who can have sex, right? But you got to have something else that's going to keep them around, right? How about seeing what he can do? Me, I love to learn. So a man who can teach me something, oh, it's a turn on for me. I love it, right? Um, a man who can appreciate my value, right? My values, right? Not my money, my values, right? Because I believe in having that moral compass to know the difference between right and wrong, and to know when, okay, I'm saying that I want to be with this woman, so I'm going to pursue her, right? And give her the best of me. That's the kind of man I'm looking for, okay? And they're out there, ladies. We just have to start thinking differently, okay? Because again, it's not all about how much money he got. It's about what is his character, right? Do he have integrity? Okay. You know, it's about who he is. How was he raised? Right. Can he bring life, and take care of life? Right. So if we have a child, I know he'll be a wonderful father to the child because I see those characteristics in him. You know, these are the things we should be looking for and not trying to build a relationship on fear. So me looking through a cell phone is not an option for me. I don't That's not what I'm looking for. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not. If I don't feel like I can trust you, we're gonna wash our hands with this, go our separate ways. Maybe we can be friends when that time comes, but we definitely won't be able to be in a relationship because I have that doubt, right? But before I go that route, I'm going to get to know that person. Once you get to know that man, you already can kind of guess what he's going to do, what he's not going to do, right? So it's no need to follow behind him and check up on him and all this other good. No, it's no need for that, right? Because it's just not enough hours in a day for me to do that, right? I got other things to think about, right? So I don't have time to worry about what's going on your cell phone, right? I'm worried about my cell phone, So I'm not worried about that. You guys, I'm getting a little hoarse. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's time for me to go to bed. But I wanted to come and send this video out because I just think that we really need to think about that. Building a solid foundation, building a relationship on a solid foundation based on trust and respect, communication and honesty, not fears and doubts and being sneaky, and it's not gonna last. It's not. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna let you go. 'Cause I am about to go to bed because I am sleepy. So I will see you guys next time. And remember, life is short and time is limited. So let's be the best person we can be with the life and time that we have. Okay. I wish you all a wonderful night and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for joining me. Bye.